शेअर फाईल जरा खाली आलं मग ऑप्शन आलं तिथं शेअरिंग मध्ये एक इथं शेअर तिथं शेअर फाईल आहे शेअर फाईल आता डेस्कटॉप लिहिजा यूसी इकॉनॉमिक्स नाही ते फाईलच आहे खाली फाईल आलं पाठिंबा आलं का ओके can't view the content you are sharing. अभिषेक अभी जो शेयर किया वो आ रहा है पीडीएफ आ रहा है ठीक है तो रिकॉर्डिंग चला नहीं fine so last week when we were studying about the credit ratio of commercial banks I told you that I'll be giving you some printed example of how the balance sheet is shown. We have discussed last time that all the deposits accepted by the commercial banks are liabilities and all the loans given by the commercial banks are what do you say it's a asset for the firms the banks, right? So now we'll see I have told you that we have to assume few things like there are several banks in the country. Here they have given an example of A, B, C, 3 banks have taken and the cash reserve ratio is to be assumed at 10%. And first bank, that is bank A, receives a deposit of ₹1,000 is given here. Now here it is assumed that all the people in the country have banking habit. In the sense, we do not keep any money at home. We will, whatever money is there, we will try to go to the bank and save it. Right? So with this with all these assumptions, with all these assumptions and these things, what do you say? Conditions, let us see how a loan creates a deposit. So now see here, observe here. First, the example is first bank A receives a deposit of ₹1,000 from a customer, and at the rate of 10% CRR, the bank has to deduct ₹100 as CRR, and remaining ₹900 can be given as loan. So now what bank A does? Bank A has received, see a deposit part if you see, it has received ₹1,000 which is nothing but liability. So it has to return ₹1,000. But what are the assets for the bank then? Bank has kept ₹100 as reserve, cash reserve, which is to be kept on the name of Reserve Bank of India, and a loan of ₹900 is created. So now as your commerce student and you people are accountancy students, Sridhar sir must have told you, just give me 1 second. Hello? Hello sir. Hello. Sir. Sir, 11 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಸರ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 10 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳಕತ್ತೀನಿ ರೀ ಹೌದೌದು ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನಲ್ಲ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸರ್ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲವಡೇಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ರಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು 2 ವರ್ಷ ವಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಬಂದೇನೆ Yes, sure, sir, yes. So we were discussing about the liabilities and assets. I think I need not tell you about accounting. Sridhar sir must have told you that the balance sheet has to be balanced. That's why it is called as balance sheet. So liabilities and assets. There are 2 columns in a balance sheet. Liabilities are the things which a bank or which an institution owes to others, and assets are the institutions or banks things which others owe to the institution. So assets is the positive part and liabilities is the negative part. Now let us come down to our business here in banking business. The deposits received by bank A from a customer X, Mr. X, or Mr. Some XYZ is rupees 1000, which is nothing but a liability of the bank deposit has to be returned. Right now, when it comes to loans created, or it comes to the assets, the bank has already created an asset of 900 rupees by giving it as a loan. Though that 100 rupees is kept as a reserve, but still it will be kept in the Reserve Bank of India, on which when we earn, when we get more into deep banking knowledge we go, we come to know that this reserve cash reserve ratio which is kept by the bank, and if it is deposited to the Reserve Bank of India at the end of the year, the Reserve Bank of India pays interest on that also. So that also serves as a asset. Now let's come down. Let's go next to the this thing. Now this, suppose this bank has given a loan to Mr. X of rupees 900 rupees. Then what Mr. X does? Mr. X owes this 900 rupees to bank B. So let us take that bank B gets rupees 900 rupees as deposit, which is again a liability for bank B. And what bank B does? Bank B will deduct 10% of 900 rupees. That is the same example which I gave you in the last week on Friday. 90 rupees, and 810 rupees is created as loan. So this 810 serves as the asset for the bank B. Now next, move on to the next page. Now this bank C receives this 810 rupees. One second, let me share the page. Can you see the page now? Can you see the share, this thing now, Abhishek?
सर ब्लैंक है सर प्लीज
ब्लैंक हो गया क्या?
यस सर
अभी आया?
हाँ सर गूगल पे आइकॉन है सर
एक मिनट, अभी आया क्या बैंक सी?
हाँ सर आया सर
बैंक सी दिखा रहा है?
यस सर
गुड. नाउ सी, यहाँ पे बैंक सी में बैंक सी has received a deposit of rupees 810. Now what bank C does? For bank C, this deposit is 810 rupees is liability, and the what do you say that 10% of 810 is 81 rupees. So the bank gives a loan to Mr. X again, 729 rupees का loan दे देते हैं, 81 rupees minus करके. So this process will go on. What we are discussing now is this 10% reduction, and this process will go on till the total deposits, this deposit part which is coming as 810, 729, that becomes zero. And with our calculations, previous calculations, it is assumed that when all these deposits get exhausted, this becomes 10,000 rupees as deposits created. So this here, this table, can you see this table? Multiple credit ratio. Now at the end of the process, the total liabilities received by the bank will be 10,000 rupees. Cash reserve will be 1,000 rupees, and the loans created by the banks will be 9,000 rupees. So actual cash in circulation is how much? 1000 rupees. Am I right? So this 1000 rupees which was received by the bank A was the only actual cash received by the banking system. The remaining 8000 rupees which are created, there 9000 rupees on the paper and total is 10,000 rupees. So this paper is nothing but this if you see total 10,000 rupees is created on this 9,000 rupees is nothing but a paper currency. There is no I must not say paper currency. It is on only on bank papers. Actual currency is only 1,000 rupees. So the banks have created additional amount of money in the circulation, that is 9,000 rupees. So if you calculate this 9,000 rupees, this 9,000 rupees is created by the banks, and it is nothing but credit created by the banks. So this is the power of commercial banks. Commercial banks create multiple deposits through credit system, and that is called as multiple credit creation system, or simply credit creation system of commercial banks. Clear? So that day Friday I have explained it theoretically. I could not write it on board. So today I brought this. Now, Abhishek, can you see the next topic, central bank?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So who all are online? Fine. I have told you that money printing, the printing of currency, is exclusively done by only one institution in the country, and that is nothing but the central bank or central monetary authority of the country. Now it is called by different names in different countries, and if you see, let us see one by one what is the process. We'll first see what is this thing. A brief history of our Reserve Bank of India. In India, it is called as Reserve Bank of India. So, the Reserve Bank of India was established on 1st April 1935 under the Act of 1934, Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, as a private shareholders bank. And I have underlined the points here. It was a private shareholders bank with a share capital of rupees 5 crores at that time, 1935. And after independence, the government of India nationalized the Reserve Bank of India on 1st January 1949. So please do not misunderstand and do not mistake the dates of establishment and dates of nationalization. If at all a question is asked, when was the Reserve Bank of India established, you should write 1st April 1935. This might be the reason why we follow our financial year from 1st April. Getting? So the establishment was 1st April 1935, and nationalization was 1st January 1949. So दो दिमाग में बात बैठा लो, nationalization 49 and establishment 1935. Understood? Now let's come down to this thing. For your syllabus, the organization of this thing is not there, Reserve Bank of India, but there is a definitely one question that is see this part here. In different countries, the central banks are called by different names. So in America, it is called as Federal Reserve System. So this will, I'll give you in the notes. And in England, it is called as Bank of England, and in France, it is called as Bank of France, and in Sweden, it is called as a Riksbank, RIKS, Riksbanks. Riksbank, and in India it is called as the Reserve Bank of India. So the इनमें से कोई एक question आता है एक मार्क्स के लिए. So I'll skip this part, this organization part. Let's jump to the functions of Reserve Bank of India briefly for your syllabus. So so functions for your NCERT book, functions are not given in detail, but I am sharing these functions in detail because what has happened is I have seen in the question paper there is an option for those questions. You'll have a choice for the questions. Uh, But problem is, if the question comes, you should be able to answer. Getting? So I'll explain these things. Notes also I'll give, but while preparing, we'll see the question paper. This year, probably your syllabus will get reduced, and if it is reduced, any one of these two will be asked. So I'll give you the functions and other things in detail. But while preparing for the examinations, I'll tell you which part to prepare and which part not to prepare. So for now, I'll explain these things. Now let us by the functions of Reserve Bank of India. The functions of Reserve Bank of India are classified into three categories, as you see on the screen. Traditional functions, they are also called as central banking functions, then developmental functions and other functions. Now, from my point of view, you should know the traditional functions very perfectly. I don't want any one of you to skip this part. ये जो 8 functions हैं, these functions you should know perfectly. Remaining 4 functions, if you write the names also, I don't have any problem, but you should know these 8 functions, because these 8 functions are common for all the people throughout the world. All the central banks perform these functions. So I want you all to prepare and perfect these functions. Let's go by these traditional functions one by one. The first traditional function is monopoly of note issue. Under Section 22 of RBI Act, the Reserve Bank of India has a complete control, complete right. Only Reserve Bank of India is entrusted with the printing and minting of currency coins and notes of rupees 10, 20, 50, 100, 500. 1000 is removed nowadays. So we have 200 and 2000 notes. So all these currency notes are printed and minted by the Reserve Bank of India only since 1956. And it has to maintain reserves of gold, silver, and foreign exchange while issuing the currency notes. I have told you, currency notes cannot be issued without this thing, without any proper backing. And whenever I tell the backing, this is the backing. And any point of time, the Reserve Bank of India has to maintain a minimum cash reserve of 200 crores, in which 115 crores has to be in the form of gold. Remaining 85 crores can be in the form of government securities, that is government bonds and securities, currency notes of different countries and other things. It is a composition of these things. So let's again come back. The right of government of India, finance ministry के पास एक ही अधिकार है, ₹1 का coin बनाने का या ₹1 का नोट छापने का. So ₹1 का नोट छापने का सिस्टम बंद हो गया है. Right now only ₹1 coins are minted by the government of India. So government of India has got the right of minting and circulating only ₹1 currency coins, and remaining denominations are all given to Reserve Bank of India. Now, next function is banker to the government. See, government, central government has its account with Reserve Bank of India, and all the functions of Reserve Bank governments of India, like financial payment of salaries, then financing big projects, all transactions are taken care by the way our commercial bank. जैसे अभी SBI में मेरा account है, तो मेरे on behalf of me, when I swap my ATM card for shopping, when I swap my ATM card for withdrawal of money, when I swap my ATM card for payment of my insurance, when I swap my ATM card for payment of electricity bill, water bill, toll, maybe say food stalls, maybe कहीं penalty लग गया, traffic police ने पकड़ लिया, वहाँ पे भी ATM card use. So all these are nothing but these are the functions performed by State Bank of India on behalf of me, for me. They also take my deposit, they also give me loans, they also give me withdrawals. So all the functions, the way commercial banks perform to us, the Reserve Bank of India performs to Government of India. So this is how it is banker to the government. Next is bankers bank. All the banks are affiliated to Reserve Bank of India. So when I say affiliated, they have their own accounts in the Reserve Bank of India. And Reserve Bank, whenever commercial banks have surplus money, surplus profit, they deposit it to Reserve Bank of India, they earn a rate of interest. What it is called as, that I'll tell you later. At the end of this, I'll inform you what it is. Further, when it comes to taking loan during financial problems, these commercial banks obtain loan from banks. So it performs the way banks perform to us, it performs to the bank. So it is bankers bank. Next is lender of last resort. Whenever commercial institutions, commercial banks are in problem, they approach Reserve Bank of India for loans. Or sometimes Reserve Bank of India asks other banks, other institutions to finance those banks, telling that I am the guarantee behind that. So it is the lender of last resort. When nobody is helping commercial banks, the Reserve Bank of India helps the commercial banks. Now, whenever there is a mutual claims, suppose अभी आपके एरिया में फेडरल बैंक है, आपके बैंक फेडरल बैंक है. Down there is a Punjab National Bank in JLB. There is a SBI in railway station. So these are nearby banks. Now suppose there was some customer who had deposited 10 crore rupees in his account in Federal Bank, and all of a sudden he is in a financial problem. He comes to the bank and says, "Sir, please give me my 10 crore rupees. I have a problem of this thing. I have to sort it out immediately. So please, I have come to withdraw my money. Please give it to me." So at any point of time, small branches do not have money, this much of money to be given to the reserve customer. So what they do, sir, you please wait for 1 hour or 2 hours. We'll arrange for you to give that much of reserves in my branch. They tell. So what happens? This branch will approach Punjab National Bank, tells that right now I have only 2 crore rupees. The customer has come to withdraw 10 crore rupees. Please give me 8 crore rupees. Punjab National Bank says, even I don't have that much. I have only 4 crore rupees. So I'll give 4 crore rupees. So 4 crore rupees, when 4 crore rupees are लक्ष्मी क्या है नोट करना है? So what happens? They were clearing house. So then Punjab National Bank goes to the commercial bank, this thing, and it says that Punjab National Bank tells that I'll give you 4 crore rupees. So 6 crore rupees only. Now last option is State Bank of India's branch. So they will call up. They tell us we are falling short of 4 crore rupees. So that they say send someone and get it. Now what has happened? The federal bank has taken 4 crore rupees from Punjab National Bank and 4 crore rupees from State Bank of India. Now these two branches will send the information to headquarters that we have given a loan of credit, hand loan of 4 crore rupees to Federal Bank, Ganeshpur branch. Now what happens? This branch, they will not immediately ask for the money. They will send it to the headquarters. After end of the year, what happens? These banks will head branches, their chairmen will sit together and they will discuss कि मेरे को इससे इतना आना है, इससे इतना आना है, and मेरे को I have to get money from so branch. So what Reserve Bank of India does, इस branch में यहाँ पर आप लोगों ने लोन लिया है और कहीं यहाँ पे फेडरल बैंक से आप लोगों ने लोन फेडरल बैंक से आप लोगों ने लोन लिया है दूसरे ब्रांच में. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, दे विल टेल दैट म्यूचुअल क्लेम्स. वहाँ पे जाके फिर पता चला कि फेडरल बैंक के चेन्नई ब्रांच ने पंजाब नेशनल बैंक को 20 करोड़ दिया है और स्टेट बैंक को 2 करोड़ दिया है. तो स्टेट बैंक से उसको आना देना है और पंजाब नेशनल बैंक से आना है. सो म्यूचुअल क्लेम एडजस्ट करके रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया एट द एंड ऑफ ईयर दे सेटल इट एंड दे विल से दैट ओके फाइन इट इज डन. Further, leader of money market. Next branch is next function is leader of money market. Now, anything happens in money market, the Reserve Bank of India controls it. You must have heard about Yes Bank. What happened in Yes Bank is Yes Bank was people started panicking. They were drawing money from Yes Bank. The functions of Yes Bank, the control of Yes Bank was taken over the Reserve Bank of India. They appointed an expert on the Reserve Yes Bank, and they said that for bank will not be closed because if bank is closed, the customers who have deposited money, the customers who have taken money from the bank, they will be in trouble. So the bank will function as usual normal, but the control will take over the Reserve Bank of India. Similarly, any bank which is not listening, which is not following the norms, will be suspended. The business will be suspended by the Reserve Bank of India. So Reserve Bank of India is the leader of money market, controller of credit. Whenever inflation is increasing in the country, Reserve Bank of India takes measures to control the loan giving capacity of the commercial banks. I've told you cash reserve ratio. So cash reserve ratio is increased during inflation and decreased during deflation. So by using all these tools, the Reserve Bank of India controls the cash giving capacity of the commercial banks. That is controlling credit in the market. Next is custodian of foreign exchange reserves. In this country, we can go to any bank in any of our branches and we can exchange our foreign currency with Indian currency. But no branch is authorized to keep foreign currencies till the end of the year. Before 31st March, the foreign currencies have to be sent to Reserve Bank of India. An equivalent amount of money will be sent to commercial banks, and that Reserve Bank, the Reserve Bank's storage, only Reserve Bank is authorized to store the foreign currencies earned in the country. So Reserve Bank is nothing but to maintain the stability in the country. The foreign currency reserves are maintained by the Reserve Bank of India. To maintain balance sheet, this thing, BOP balance, it is done. Next category is developmental functions. Here, agricultural finance. You must have heard about NABARD. आप लोग कभी गाँव जा रहे होंगे, whenever you are going to village and all, you can see some roads are sponsored by NABARD project there. So NABARD is nothing but it stands for National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development. This bank takes care all rural needs. It takes care of all rural needs. So like financing agricultural activities like irrigation, leveling, giving loans to for seeds, subsidies, helping farmers to buy tractors, mechanized equipment, creating solar pump sets, all these things, all kinds of financial needs in the rural areas are taken by the NABARD. And further, industrial finance is also taken care by the Reserve Bank of India. The wing which takes care of this thing is nothing but it does this work through state finance corporations. State finance corporations are called by different names in different states. Like in Karnataka, it is called as KSFC, Karnataka State Finance Corporation. The one office which I some 7-8 years back I had seen, that office was just next to Jyoti College. There was road goes just Jyoti College entrance is there. Beside there is a road. Last house was the office of KSFC. So there, what happens is we people, the business people who are there, we have to apply for the loan, and they will call you. The experts will sit there. They will take your interview. They will assess the project, and if they found the project is feasible, they will approve. Once it is approved, the government of India, the Reserve Bank of India sends funds, and it is distributed through Karnataka State Finance Corporation. Besides these things, we have Industrial Finance Corporation of India (IFCI). We had IDBI, which was under government, but it is now privatized. ICICI, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. इनका full form पूछते हैं आपके 1 मार्क्स के लिए. So you should know all these things. Besides this thing, this is all we discussed about small scale companies finances. What about the large scale industrial needs? So Government of India in 1946 has established National Industrial Credit Fund, which helps large scale industries in obtaining loan and finances and doing their business. Further, other two functions are there. That is research function. Research functions are nothing but if you see inflation, deflation, and money trends, marketing trends, credit trends, industrial trends, automobiles, इनका growth, decline, जो quarterly reports आता है, this research is taken care by the Reserve Bank of India. The reports are published on weekly basis, monthly basis, bi-monthly basis, that is 15 days में एक बार, yearly basis, quarterly basis, 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, usually 3 months, 6 months, and yearly is a trend. So these things, this information we can also obtain. We have to subscribe for that, and most of the times it comes through some journals, or sometimes 90% time nowadays it's coming through email. So we get the information through all this email and other. If we get affiliated, the things will come to us. Besides that, special functions are performed. The Reserve Bank of India undertakes the development of financial sector. So there it takes various types of special functions like controlling deflation, study on the problems like poverty, unemployment, deflation, and all. And further, it conducts various types of discussions, group discussions, seminars where subjects are given. And further, if I'm not wrong, Reserve Bank of India conducts training programs for the bank officers and bank employees on growing trends and changing trends. It keeps the bank managers up to date. They create into various groups. They conduct the training programs. They have zonal offices where the officers can go in this thing. In groups, they are called 10 to 15, and they are trained. So these are the various functions which are performed by the Reserve Bank of India. Now there is another topic that money credit control policies and instruments of monetary policy of the Reserve Bank of India. I wanted to discuss that, but in 4 5 minutes, this meeting will get terminated. So what we'll do is in next class, whenever I come, I have a small treatment, so I'll be not available for next 2 days. So whenever I come, we'll continue with this topic. So right now I'll stop here so that there should not be any problem. And after that, we'll meet in the next session. Fine. So let us stop here, and we'll meet in the next this thing, web meeting whenever the next is there. That we'll meet, and we'll discuss with the instruments of money policy. And I had promised you that repo rate and reverse repo rate topic was included. So at the end, I'll tell you. Right. So let us stop here, and we'll meet in the next session. So let's I'll stop this thing here, and next session there are functions, no function, the instruments and reported reverse repo. After this chapter compared, and I have already passed the question bank to you people, so start preparing accordingly. And though I have continuously medical problems, and I am not able to complete the notes. So we'll see. Colleges will open another after another month. They are thinking. So by that time, I'll finish off this part, and we'll start working on the question banks and these things. I'll start explaining the answers and questions to be done. So accordingly, notes I'll be uploading, and accordingly you can mark and start those things. So I'll stop here now, and let's meet in the next session. In 2 3 minutes, the meeting will get terminated.